of MrBeast by now, or Jimmy Donaldson being his real name. If you don't know a lot about MrBeast, he got his start off as a Minecraft YouTuber before becoming the internet giant that he is today.
Alright, gee, where am I? What just happened?
MrBeast gained his success through hosting extreme challenges and competitive games on camera, and also extreme dares, which may or may not be heavily edited.
MrBeast of MrBeast. He is the biggest name on YouTube right now. He's got 289 million subscribers.
The point here, though, is that MrBeast's newer videos have become more and more like Squid Game over time in terms of production value, and just about every other major reality show competition show you could think of, like Survivor.
We just got dropped off in the middle of an abandoned city, and we're gonna spend the next 7 days here. And
we're spending the next 7 days in this massive underground city.
I'm gonna spend the next 50 hours buried alive in this coffin. I'm going to spend the next 50 hours alone in solitary confinement.
MrBeast has arguably done it all on YouTube and is both famous and infamous for his so-called giveaways to his fans.
I'm giving away these 1,000 iPhones to random people that subscribe. I just bought 1,000 Samsung phones, and I'm gonna be giving them away to random people that subscribe. And on Halloween night, someone is going to receive $1 million. To celebrate, we're gonna be giving random people that buy Feastables this Lamborghini and 9 other cars.
MrBeast is both an entrepreneur and a philanthropist in his own right, having made his own brand of chocolate bars.
We just launched our new Feastable bar, which is new branding and an all new formula.
A toy line.
In this ad, I'm going to tell you about the greatest toy on earth, MrBeast Lab Swarms.
A food app, and donating money to people in need.
I'm in front of a restaurant with a $100,000 check. Today, we will be donating $100,000.
Or even building houses for them.
In this video, we are building and giving away 100 houses.
And now, MrBeast has his own reality-style game show on Amazon Prime called Beast Games, with the biggest cash prize in entertainment history to date.
I am standing on $5 million, the grand prize of the most insane competition show you've ever seen. And competing for it are these 1,000 contestants!
I watched Beast Games, and I have to admit my reaction is a mixed result. While the game show was entertaining to watch, I'll admit, it just feels like Jimmy is pushing too hard at just about every angle that made him successful.
Welcome to the elimination train!
That has never been done on TV before.
The stakes have never been higher.
Like he's using his MrBeast signature and tactics full stop, but he's overdoing it. To give you some examples of what I mean here, Jimmy is throwing money at the contestants as cash prize at just about every chance that he could think of.
They have to think about strategy. I have a little bit more money, and I'm gonna wait for people to buy me to get a vote.
I'm not taking a bribe.
I don't have a dollar on that board to bribe people.
Most of these cash bribes are at the expense of hurting and sacrificing fellow players, and often he gets the players to vote on or play mini games to decide who gets to stay and move on in the competition and who gets eliminated and goes home.
You'd have to give me $150,000.
It wasn't the one who made the most calls. And it wasn't the one who tried to purchase votes.
To my huge surprise, sometimes I got to see some genuine humility and human integrity at play from some of the players who weren't so willing to sacrifice their fellow players just to advance themselves forward in the competition. At other times, we saw some players self-focused only on their own interests and doing whatever was necessary, even at the cost of their fellow players, if it meant they could stay and keep playing and have someone else go home instead of them.
I would pay off my mortgage and my debt.
How much debt?
A lot.
Do you feel comfortable sharing?
With mortgage, credit cards, loans, I probably owe about $530.
Whoa, you could take exactly what you need to pay off all your debt.
I'm gonna take $650.
Whoa! Okay.
This wasn't so surprising. Overall, Beast Games was a wild watch. While watching the show, Jimmy's tactics felt cheap and overdone to me at times. At other times, the show was hard to watch as you would see human greed and selfishness take over in quite brutal and heart-wrenching ways. Other times still, it was just an emotionally painful watch as some players had to say goodbye to newly formed friends in the competition.
Higher. If he misses, your entire team is gone.
I feel terrible. I let down my whole team.
Who is going to drop?
I'm in a literal insane asylum.
In the end, Beast Games was probably the most expensive game show competition in American TV history, and Jimmy just seemed more focused on claiming as many world-breaking records rather than just making a solid game show under his brand. But I digress. Who really is MrBeast? After watching a lot of his videos, I came to an intriguing yet disturbing conclusion. Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, has a split personality. On the one hand, he's an altruist and a philanthropist. He genuinely seeks to help people through his money and resources, and that really shows in transparent ways on screen through his videos. His veracity and genuine caring for people who are struggling and underprivileged really come through.
We decided to pay for over 100 surgeries. So for every person that comments on this video, together we rise. We will donate $1 to the Phoenix program.
On the other hand, MrBeast is a media sociopath with narcissistic traits. This displays itself clearly every time he does an extreme challenge or game show competition as a video. The perfect example when this became apparent to the public, though, was when Jimmy decided to do a video with 50 YouTubers competing against each other for a $1 million cash prize.
I've gathered 50 of the biggest YouTubers on the planet.
And whichever one lasts the longest in this cube wins that $1 million for their subscribers.
If you didn't see that video, MrBeast does what he does best by putting the contestants through brutal challenges which make you question Jimmy's morals and empathetic values towards people. Even the winner of that competition, Jaden Animations, denounced any association or ties to MrBeast and his brand.
Oh my gosh! Oh, whoa! You were so chill! I was like, surely she's out! You are the winner!
It's here where you could say Jimmy's beast really shines through. In fact, Jimmy has been given so much support that his autonomy and financial power is so great that you could even argue the people helping him out make these videos have become complicit in some of Jimmy's tactics and strategies. Whether that's deceiving his viewers with deceptive editing and production value on some of his videos, not being as dangerous or as extreme as they are being presented.
This is a $250 million private island. I'm about to show you what a $500,000 experience looks like.
Or using questionable and morally corrupt tactics on the contestants of his challenges and game shows, since sometimes a portion of his contestants are his own friends or acquaintances, simply because they know Jimmy in real life to some degree or another. What I'm trying to get here is that Jimmy, aka MrBeast, is not an inherently awful person, but he definitely changes into a whole different person every time he does the kind of videos that I just mentioned. All of this is not to take away the undeniable fact that Jimmy is still a very driven and creative person. He wouldn't be the giant success today if he weren't, even if some of his tactics are eyebrow-raising at the least and alarming at the worst. MrBeast is a media personality and a brand, and arguably something of a sellout at this point, with his waving around cash bribes and cash prizes like he's giving away candy. Goes without saying to my point that one side of Jimmy definitely exudes some level of narcissism, as he doesn't seem to care too much about the emotional well-being of his contestants or fellow YouTubers.
Done on TV before.
The stakes have never been higher. If he misses, your entire team is gone.
I feel terrible. I let down my whole team.
Who is going to drop?
I'm in a literal insane asylum.
He doesn't question his actions with some of the challenges that he creates. The sociopathic side, to me, really showed the most when he claimed he felt like a king when he stood on the tower of Beast City while running Beast Games, as if he was one of the elites running Squid Game, as seen on the hit Netflix show.
Beast Games. And with this next game, only 6 of you will move on.
The dystopian and unsafe nature of Beast Games, along with its clear parallels and influences from Squid Game, and MrBeast's own replica of Squid Game in one of his YouTube videos, really make this a difficult watch where our capitalist conformity has accepted gladiatorial-style game shows in the vein of Squid Game. Needless to say though, Jimmy has both an altruistic side and a sociopathic side, making him complex to get a grasp on. MrBeast does deserve at least a minimum amount of sympathy here though. Where am I going with this after all these claims that I just made about him? Well, it seems to me that Jimmy has put himself in his own personal hell. Ever since the scale of his videos have gotten only better and better in terms of higher production value in each one. Thus, he feels compelled to top himself every time now. And this could be quite exhausting and burn one out easily, suffice it to say. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the energy or drive to keep up in his videos. He definitely does. But in the end, he's still just a human like anyone else, and one day all this burnout and pushing to continue to top himself will catch up to him one day and bite him in the ass. And not to mention, ever since MrBeast made his Squid Game replica video,
I recreated every single set from Squid Game in real life, and whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
it seems as though he's become weirdly obsessed with mimicking Squid Game over and over again. He did it in Beast games, of course, but instead of taking from the lessons that Squid Game was trying to convey, Jimmy seems to have missed the point entirely by celebrating this grotesque display of giving away money to one lucky winner at the expense of torturing all the other players with no shame or consideration to their emotional or physical health.
And with that 079, you just won $456,000.
To finish out my thoughts on MrBeast, you may not like him based on articles you might have read about him or even while watching this video, but you might not like Jenna Marbles either. But guess what I really don't like? Cancel culture. Other than those that really deserve it. And guess what MrBeast and Jenna Marbles have that you might not have? Success and drive. And with all this, they have given purpose to their lives. That's the real reason you hate them or envy them. You envy their success. And in the case of Jenna Marbles, she's one of the OG YouTubers that was enormously successful, and all it took was one video to cancel her and make her get off the platform entirely. Was that really warranted, you think? Did Jenna Marbles really deserve that? No matter how much you might hate or despise MrBeast, there's something more sinister amok here, and that's cancel culture. One might argue that it's on its way out these days, but I beg to differ. Cancel culture is still very much alive and thriving, if only just a tad weighing down to where it was a few years ago. Cancel culture is a disease that ruins and sets back people's careers, goals, and their very livelihoods, particularly those involved in entertainment and media. MrBeast is controversial and questionable in some of his actions, yes. Still, at the end of the day, he is a media personality, content creator, and a bona fide brand. And with all this, he has achieved success.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Success takes some luck, admittedly, but it's there nonetheless. So unless Jimmy is secretly something the likes of Harvey Weinstein, his success shouldn't be spoiled so easily. It should be recognized and admired. What other YouTuber or content creator has achieved all the philanthropic efforts, generous donations and charities, and even the scale and creativity of some of his videos? The only person that I could think of who even comes close to mind to MrBeast is OG YouTuber Nigahiga. And one fun fact you might not have realized about these two guys, when it comes to their old video formats, include their friends and make skits or script out scenarios, share an amusing similarity. But that's a whole different topic for maybe another time. The point is, MrBeast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, shouldn't be cancelled simply because you despise or envy him. Look deeply at yourself in the mirror first and work on bettering yourself. It's a more productive and healthier approach to life rather than continue to give in to the monster that is cancel culture. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with any of my points? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss. I'm Shindiver, and also I now have a Patreon. So if you'd like to support me so that I can keep making more content like this and my reviews, consider becoming a patron today, or tell a friend who you think might be interested. And as always, if you like this video, give it a like and smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. See you in the next video.